Hello, it's Adonis Turner of Adonis Power and Conditioning, and here's a workout summary for the past week. I'm not sure the exact dates on all these workouts, but I can tell you within the last 7 days, these all were done. This is the end of week one of my for squats for my powerlifting program, and this is, I believe, 305 for a set of five. So I'm doing everything beltless to really strengthen my abs and my bracing. That way I'm not dependent on a belt or even knee sleeves. These actually feel a lot better without knee sleeves. I don't know if, honestly, I can't really describe why that is. After that, I did front squats, which was sets of, I actually don't remember. I think it was either sets of 8 or sets of 12. But this is 135 pounds. I try to get, well, the depth isn't that great. I thought it felt a lot better than it looks, but I should be going a little bit lower to where my hips are lower than my knees, but I'll work on that for next time. I actually have on July 2nd, when you're watching this video, I'll have more squat footage on my Facebook and Twitter. So yeah, this is pretty, I think it was 8. Front squats are very, very good for strengthening your lower back and abs as well. Here's tires. Again, this is actually pretty hard to get on video, but I believe I did 3 sets of 6. And the thing about tires is it is such a pain. And this is the biggest one we have here. It's 700 pounds. You can really get a lot out of it. Similar for the same reason you can get a lot out of like sets of 6 or higher squats, because the reps take so long to do. Like for squats, it usually takes me anywhere from 4 to 7 seconds a rep. For this, it's the same deal, and this is a 700-pound tire. Like, you have to get out of the bottom, you have to use your core, use your hamstrings to get it going, and like each rep is exhausting. It's kind of hard to do like all out for a minute or anything like that. So I just basically say I'll do it at my pace, 3 sets of 6. And as you can see, I want no part of this tire. Every time I work with this tire, I always regret it, but it's definitely good for me and good for my conditioning as I'm trying to still lean out a little bit more. But I encourage you to also, if you have time, you can try my gym and try any of the tires. We have 300, 500, and 700 pounds. And this is number 5, and I have one more set after this before bringing it in, or one more rep after this. And I get it pretty convincingly. I've gotten really accustomed to doing this tire, so I'm probably going to need to increase it to like an 800 or 900 pound tire. The next day, I worked with Vance, and this is 175 pounds, and I told him to go until failure. Something he struggles with is really getting his hip below the knee, and that's proper squat form, staying reasonably, not too far leaned forward and reasonably upright. And again, I say reasonably upright because you don't want to be directly upright, because you'll put too much pressure, negative pressure, on your lower back. So you want to have some forward lean. That way the bar is over the middle of your foot.
Keep going.
And that way you can stay balanced. But I believe he knocks out either 11 or 12. I think it's 11 if I remember that day. But he does very, very well on these. It was a very, very hot day, so we turned off the lights.
Got more
to make it a little bit more cooler in the warehouse. But as you can see, his shirt, he is drenched. But then again, he did tires before this, and that was failure for him. And the same day, my wife actually did 225 pounds for 2 reps. And as you can see, a little bit of backgrounding, but that is natural when you're going for a PR or a weight you haven't picked up before.
Okay.
225 pounds. And my wife has the ability to be a very, very strong powerlifter, as long as she, like everyone else, including myself, stays consistent, stays working at it, because she did that, hit a PR without even training that much. She didn't even have to work up to it. The next morning at like 6 a.m., which I do not enjoy waking up that early, was week 2 of my powerlifting program, where I'm getting ready for my meet in about 20 weeks, I think. And these were sets of 4, and again, my poverty bench is not exactly the best of things, but it is what it is. And then after that, this Spoto press, which I really, really like for building up chest and triceps, pausing about 3 to 6 inches above your chest and then pushing up, really helps with the latter part of the movement, like once you're out of the bottom. So like if you have a problem finishing a lift at the top for bench, then that will be something you should do. And then after that day, I did battle ropes. I believe I did 3 sets of 30 seconds. I try to do about 6 days a week and 1-hour workouts to where I do 2 to 4 exercises that are relevant to my sport, and then follow it up with 2 or 1 to 3 exercises that are conditioning based that make sure I'm still conditioning and still dropping calories. Today I show you, or in this video I show you what it was like just to rest in between, and all I do is like knock out 30 seconds, rest for probably 15, and then go again. I did that 3 times, and on this video I showed you the last 2 sets. So these are actually, looking at my arms, they actually make my arms look pretty decent in this video, so I'm actually pretty happy with having the battle ropes. And then 2 days later, I believe, one of my clients, Mariel, I've been working with her for a month now, a little over a month. She's one of my neighbors at the business that's right across the way of where I'm positioned, and this was actually an extremely tough workout that she did. This exercise that's on film is, I believe she did 12 front squats, and granted, this is the very first time she did front squats, and she actually gets very, very good depth, probably better depth than I, hip either right at the knee or slightly below, depending on the rep. And then after that, she does sprints. What challenges her is if we are doing like essentially non-stop activity to where she can't really do a lot of rest time, because in her words she gets cold pretty easily, so we just always keep her moving and always keep her doing stuff and always keep challenging her to do more every time. So the push sled was on level 1 of 3. She does 2 laps here, so, and she did this 3 times, so, or 4 times. This is a very, very good conditioning exercise. You get to work your front squat, which is probably one of the hardest exercises you can do, and also the push sled is no joke either. That way you can build up some speed and also have resistance in front of you as you run. That's actually much harder than just running without resistance at all, I mean to say. So here's her second lap. She's finishing, and this was the last set, I believe, so that's why she's going a little bit slower. It gets harder as you keep going. 2 mornings after that, I did some deadlifts, beltless. These were still week 2, so sets of 4. This is 365, and form was good. These actually felt pretty easy. And then here is set 5 of it. And what I do for my program is I have ranges where I increase weight. So like for today, it's 345 to 365 for sets of 5 sets of 5. So what I did was 345 1 set, 355 1 set, and then 3 sets of 365. It allows me to get more volume and more workouts at heavier weights. And then after that, I did 4 sets of 8 deficit deadlifts, which I increased 20 pounds from last week. And the speed is pretty good, form's pretty good. You can only go as low as you can go because of the deficit in itself. So there's going to be some error in there. And that's it, guys. Thanks for watching, guys, and stay tuned for the next video. Peace.